So my persuasive speech is to bring awareness to depression and talk about how we need to take action for this serious issue that it's affecting our community and society and our country and even our world. So my thesis statement is society needs to be more serious about this disease, learn to talk about it, and become more mindful of how to help. So in this modern society, we have a lot of access to the internet and social media where we can learn anything in an instant and a second. And it's crazy to me that people right next to us, our neighbors, our friends, our family members, are silently suffering from depression, and in a world where we can know everything so immediately that we miss out on the people right next to us that need our help. So my whole point of this video is how to learn how to help and how to be aware of this issue. Let's take a closer look at the damaging effects if we don't help people suffering from depression. My first point is how to keep people from staying depressed. So the main thing that you can do is learn the signs and symptoms. Depression comes with a lot of symptoms. It's way more than just being sad. You feel irritable, you feel fatigue, you don't want to be around people, and some people can take that as rudeness, like you don't want to socialize, but really it's kind of conflicting because you want to be around people and you want to be invited to stuff, but at the same time you feel too sad to even get out of bed to go. So there's many things that you can be aware of and look for in a person who is depressed. I think it is important to learn how to encourage, be patient, and how to talk to somebody with depression. That can be kind of tricky because you don't want to, you have to do it in a certain way. You don't want to tell them hey, you need to be happy, because obviously they do want to be happy, so you have to be mindful of how to do it in the right way where you're encouraging them and being respectful, because they can't help the way they feel. So most importantly, pray and seek God, because God can help you through anything, and it's important to seek His wisdom. So I have a statistic. It says 14.8 million American adults, 6.7% of the U.S. population age 18 or older in a given year suffer from depression. So that's a lot of people. My third point is the negative effects that depression can have on the community and society. Number one, it can affect our family members. Family members care and want to help, but it can be really frustrating for them when they can't do anything about it. Just be there for you. It disrupts the family dynamic. When one person is sad, then the rest of the household is sad. It disrupts our work environment. In the work environment, it's always best to keep a positive environment. And then when one person is feeling depressed, it can upset the whole the workplace. And it is important that in the workplace that everyone is happy, so you can get the job done and you can just help each other out. So it also affects the community. If you are depressed, then you can't really contribute to society. Society needs everyone to help, and if you're in bed, you don't want to leave the house, you're sad, then it really does affect the community because you aren't contributing. I have a quote from Bill Morrison. He says, "Humans are social creatures. We react and care about what others think of us. We define our lives based on roles we have in society. No man is an island. Depression affects those around us." My last and third point is when we help someone with depression, we can prevent we can prevent drug and alcohol use, suicide, and long-term effects. I have another quote or statistic. It says, at its worst, depression can lead to suicide. 800,000 people die due to suicide every year. It is the growing lead cause of death. So, obviously, suicide is like one of the worst things that someone could do to themselves is take their own lives. But when you're depressed, people say that it's selfish, but you just want a way out, even though you care about your family and friends and don't want them hurt. So it is so important that we don't let someone get to that point. A lot of people turn to drugs and alcohol when they're depressed. They think it lifts their spirits, but it's just temporary. And after that high or the next morning, it's all over, and they just it makes them feel worse. Like they're just back to that same feeling. So if we don't help, there's a lot of long-term effects. It can lead to low self-esteem, academic problems, and conflicts in relationship, and much more. So my clincher is, do you have a friend or family member in need? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Do you want to see people live happier lifestyles? Then everyone should take action. So speaking from a personal standpoint, I was diagnosed with depression January 2018, so not very long ago. And I was very lucky enough to have great support from family and friends that helped me out of that, and most importantly, God. So I know that if you help people with depression, you are making a difference. Thank you.